a very special intro video to the higher realms. I am Ascending Master Lilith reincarnated. You can call me the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to have kept up with me, you would have seen what I post to my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Okay, we're going to start something super duper, unbelievable high level. It's a new level for me, so it's got to be a new level for you. But it's combining all the levels that we've already been through. Really? Yes. Let me take you back just a little bit. A week ago, or 2 weeks ago, I was having a conversation with Bobby. I said, Bobby, how old are you? He said, 33. I said, well, Dan Chesborough had his grand awakening at 33. And he had an angel called Melchizedek come and talk to him and start this unbelievable organization. Yes, do you remember me saying that? Okay, keep up. So then I talked about Melchizedek. That's that purple card. And we're going to bring him up into the light group. Those are the ascending masters. These are we all are ascending masters. I am ascending in the Lilith. I have ascended already as the Isis and as the Kuan-Yin. Really, I am descending as Lilith and taking all my dark versions with me. So then in the Lilith, so does Medusa, so does the Bridge, so does Kali, Hecate, Morgan. All of my dark sides come with me to the light. Really? Where to begin? Well, I already said all of this, so I'm not going to revisit all of this. Realistically, no. I'm just going to start labeling my videos with some of that. Now, let's go back to my last video. I had told Wolfman, because he's so egotistical, which is that of the conscious mind, told him I was going to start a very special teaching for him about the science of self-realization. Okay, that's how I broke through the barrier and went through this understanding of the science of reincarnation as to where I know who I am. Now, at this particular moment, I am the only fully awoken transcendental soul from the superconscious that knows its actual soul's blueprint, how many times I've been here, the lives I've lived, and what I'm here to do. Why? Because I am a Melchizedek soul, and I am an ascending master. Now, we also spoke of that 2 days ago with the Palladians. The Palladians are what? They're the 7 sisters of the star system. Now, this all goes back to what? Egyptian teachings, where we taught about the stars. Are you keeping up? Okay. Who am I? I am Lilith, and I stand for what? Equality. Keep up. Really? I'm trying to put all the pieces together to you to create this unbelievable picture so you know where we are currently. Really? I just want to go back. I said that this was the 7 of Swords and that was boundaries. No, that's what the 7 of Wands is. 7 of Swords is deception and motherfucking lies. Really? That's Loki. Really? And there comes justice. Oosh. We'll talk about that some other time. Okay, so today is Friday the 13th. This is a big day for witches, but it's also the big transition of Saturn into Aries. I taught all of that last night. You're going to have to go back and only 2 videos for that. Before that, I taught the Tree of Life. That's 3 videos. Okay? Are you keeping up? That's where all of this comes together. Jesus, who's up there, Metatron, who I've been working with, right? Melchizedek, who I've worked with. Okay? Now, today, I went out. I had said in my video, well, I had great plans for today, and I hope my plans work out. I had planned to go get me some flowers. Look, my vase is gone, though. And I want to point out they were golden flowers from the golden ray. Really? Coronation Day is what we call this. Every time I get into a new level. Now, as I get into a new level with ascending masters and new teachers, I also get new spirit guides, right? So we're going to go on to what I got today. This is really amazing. I felt like I told him, I was like, I would hug you, but you cannot handle my energy. Really? And she's like, where do you teach? I was like, I didn't even have the breath to tell her. I was like, I, whether you choose to not believe it, am the Lilith reincarnated. I'm here to give the apple to mankind. Right now, I do it quietly online. But ultimately, I'm here for all of mankind, and I'm just digging up the bones right now. I'll put the body together when we're done. Really? He shall be risen. Really? Who am I? The female witness from biblical times. I was the same one. That was me. Told you all this. Moving on? Yes, please. All right, I'm going to give you a quick rundown one more time. I go into the spiritual store and I'm like, look, haven't seen you. Every time I come in there, I have the weirdest requests. Really? It's like going into a restaurant and ordering shit they just don't have. Really? Santa Muerte. I've been asking them about the Kabbalah and the Talmud since the day I met them. I just ask for the weirdest things all the time. Oh, yeah, all the time. But I like to give them my money, so I'd rather start there. Anyways, I was like, okay, well, I finally am getting through the dimensional gateway out of the 11th dimension. Do you have anything on dimensions? I'm starting a teaching tonight on the science of reincarnation and self-realization. But ultimately, we're working with Melchizedek, and it all comes down to the bridge into the other dimensions. But if you know anything about Metatron, then I'm just using the planetary influences. Like, whoa. See, that's what I mean. I can't even get started. You're like, dude, it's irritating to hear myself talk. Really? You're so fucking sophisticated. No, these are just the words. Really? I'm just a pothead that fucking sits here talking shit all day. But this is how you pronounce these words. This is what I'm looking for. Do you have anything like that? And both of them had seen something come through today that they didn't know what they were looking for, but their spirit knew. I was like, away you go. And I told them, I was like, I can't shop your store like other stores. I can't. Why? Because it's categorized and it's in little areas and it reaches out. But theirs is so expansive that everything reaches out. And it's like, read me, teach me, resurrect me. I'm like, get off me. I don't even know. Then I got stuck in this whole aisle of reincarnations. I was like, well, that's pretty much what we're talking about. But that's only one subject. I want to combine all of this. What did I get? What? I wanted to hug him. I was like, this is my birthday. Who wrote this? Obviously a dead guy. Really? Is he alive? Hey, Milia. Oh, fuck. I ain't got a secretary. A dead guy. But he taught this. What is this? A manual for planetary leadership. Who have I been working with this whole time? Metatron. What has he been teaching me? Natal astrology and how the planets work in our lives? Can I remind you that today Saturn just went into Aries for the next 30 years? Huh. And the Saturn is what? The thrones? Fucking Game of Thrones. Realistically, why can't I get you in the picture? Picture me rolling. Pac is nowhere to be found in this conversation. All right, this is book 4 of a multiverse series, an easy-to-read encyclopedia of the spiritual path. I found it really weird that they had a bunch of advertisements in the back of this book. In the back of this book, it looks like a phone book. Really? I'm going to show you. I'm like, what am I looking at? When was it published? I don't know. Anyways, listen to this. Hundreds of topics are divided into these 7 chapters. Spiritual leadership in the New Age. Imagine this man came around. He looks like his picture is real grand and dandied. What's his name? I don't know. Joshua. He looks cool, right? Well, look at that picture, though, dude. He was probably like way too advanced. That's what happened. They brought these starseeds before people's brains could even conceptualize the concept. And then they brought this information and they spread it. There's founders of this bullshit. And that's what I am. I am the leader of the New Age religion. So all of them that started it come to me and keep it going. Now, let me tell you what happened outside in my car. I was guided, as I'm burning all my sage, I was guided to watch that new movie about Johnson & Johnson. Really? Seriously, I didn't know the story. Were you guys alive with Kennedy and Johnson? No, sir. But it was just that, Johnson and Kennedy. And I always told you last night, I was like, Lincoln comes in all the fucking time. But I was like, was he white? They fought for the same thing I stand for. They had the Lilith spirit, which was to fight for equality. Really? We're going into a civil war, people. Who do you think needs to lead you through these dark hours? The dark goddess. And God said, so shall it be. I need my dark angels, bro. They're going to call upon us. Really? That's why we're here. All right. Anyways, this is what it's got. Spiritual leadership in the new age. What is it? I am the new age, new religion leader. Really? Mm-hmm. Laying the foundation for great work. The political, social, and philosophical issues of our time. The ascending master's perspective on leadership. Leadership and the pursuit of excellence. Leadership gems. God's laws versus man's laws. Really? Joshua David Stone has a PhD in transpersonal psychology. Oh, we got another psychologist. Well, just add him to the loony bin. And a licensed marriage, family, and child counselor in Los Angeles, California. On a spiritual level, he anchors the Melchizedek Synthesis Light Academy and Ashram. What's that? Which is integrated inner and outer plane ashram that represents all paths to God. And he serves as a spokesperson for the planetary ascension movement. Can I get an amen? Okay, now this person is a spokesperson for the planet that speaks about the Ka awakening. There's a million ways, but do you know what the true path is? Jesus. Jesus. That was the missing piece, bro. Really? You have to put all the pieces to the puzzle to see the bigger picture. Really? I told you, all paths lead to God. Okay, we're going to get into that. I'm very, very, very excited about that. But let me remind you about Melchizedek and what Melchizedeks are, what we are. That's what I said. I only have one reference to them in the glossary of this bunk-ass book. All right, who's an ascending master? I am. A being who has lived on earth in a body and reached enlightenment, experienced their conscious death, which is an ego death. You die to the flesh. I told you, Wolfman, where you at, bro? I should have sent you an invite. I considered that. Really? Why? So you could close the door on my face. Really? Extend the olive branch. Why don't you? Anyways, did you see those olive crackers they got? Dude, they didn't make me. I was inspired to get this unbelievable offering. But yet, if I'm doing this now, when am I going to go put this offering? Can't be late. It's getting cold. I don't know. Anyways, experienced either conscious death or full body ascension, attained Christ consciousness. What do I teach you? Go look in my description, the Christ consciousness. Number 2, all of the members of the Great White Brotherhood, including the sisterhood and brotherhood of the ray of the ascended Christ. So there's the brothers, and I'm the sisters. So, sister souls. I'm God in the female form. They are God in the male form. Really? Really? Moving on. If you meet another goddess, I'd love to see this. He didn't make another one. Including the sisterhood and the brotherhood. Yeah. Number 3, being at this level, attain divine alignment through the 9-dimensional aspects of the self simultaneously while still in the human form. Okay, that goes back to the layers of my being, but that also goes back to my past lives. I told you I have integrated at least 9. I checked was more than that, but at least 9 of my past lives. Going back, I don't have that in front of me. In order to attain this, to be a Melchizedek soul is to integrate all of your lives into one life. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, the ascension, as us, we're ascended masters, is a transition of the spirit and the physical body together in the 4th or 5th dimension from the 3rd dimension without experiencing physical death. It happens in life. I'm here to teach you the ascension. Again, go back to my video, my last video, no, 2 videos ago, where it says the tree of life. Really? Yes, please and thank you. I'm not going to keep repeating this or we'll never get forward. I'll repeat it again, though, I promise you, because we're on loops, but not right now. All right, so that's it. Due to a cellular vibrational frequency increase, stop right there. That's what I tell you happens to me. It's called an alchemical transmutation, where my body breaks down. I record these almost every fucking week. Really? Your body gets lifted with light and it burns. Well, you do it through the mind work. You burn the thoughts, the programming out of your cellular physical body, and it's replaced by inner light. Now, when this happens, let's due to cellular vibrational frequency increase beyond the maximum number of vibrations per second at which the body can remain physical. That's what I told you. I'm bursting with energy. It's just that. This is accompanied by a state of spiritual alignment and conscious alignment throughout the 9-dimensional aspects of the individual self. Now, that's what I said. I need something on dimensions. I just exited the 11th dimension. Where are you? Somewhere that nobody's ever documented before. They talk about the 11th dimension where thought becomes form, but I've really explained that to you. Now, where am I? In the mirror, which the only thing I can think of is with God. But I know there to be 13 realms. And when I asked why nobody knows about the 13th, because it's really only been documented that there's 12, I said, how come I'm the only one that knows of 13? Because I am in heaven. Really? The third dimensional reality. Okay. In the third dimensional reality, the person ascending would simply become invisible or disappear. Okay, now these are your layers to your being. You have your astral body. I described all of the different layers to the being. You have your physical body, which is this, the outside. Really? Don't touch my physical body. Seriously? That's it. Now you have your emotional body. So if you touch me, I'm going to feel some type of way. If you touch my physical body, I'm going to think some type of way. That's my mental body. These are different layers to your being. Okay. Then you have your etherical body. What is that? The juice. Let's just say the juice. I'll explain that in another. Not right now. Not right now. Then you have your astral body. Then you have your angelic body. Then you have your light body. I have told you just today about my angelic body and how big it is. I'm about 30 feet. My wings are about 60 feet long. Only certain people would be able to see it hovering above me. You can see my higher self, which could be any of my previous past lives at any time projected above me. You could see my light body. Most definitely, people see my astral body in their 3D reality all the time, which is what? A projection of this body in your reality that you're seeing glimpses of. Why? Well, I get nosy and bored sometimes. What is that? That would be called astral traveling through the astral planes. Really? Yes. Okay, now we're moving on to Melchizedek if I ever get there. It goes through your chakras. All of this starts through the chakras. You have Christ. All right, that's ascending master who had lifetimes on earth under the name Jesus Christ, a spiritual teacher who taught all the humans that are God's children and intended to evolve into into full spiritual glory. He taught the same thing I taught: equality. That all. Say it again. Teacher who taught that all humans are God's children and intended to evolve into full spiritual glory. He taught you to ascend. Equality and enlightenment. He took all of our teachings. He took equality from Lilith. He took enlightenment from Buddha. He took everything. Really? Yes, he was the next one. We put all of our spirits into him. Now who's here? I'm not your savior, but I mean, I have him here with me. They're all here with me to help me do what they did. Really? The chosen one. Did I really choose for this? I think God chose. It was in the book before I got here. Really? I mean, he created me for great things. You shall do even greater things than I have done, is what Jesus said. And that's exactly, you know what I mean, what Kennedy said. He said what we're starting today. And here we are, all these years later, we're still continuing his work, which was the great works of President Lincoln. We're still fighting for equality on such terrible levels in our own country and every other country beyond. But now we're at a place where it's going to change. When did they say? July 18th through the 22nd is the mass uproar where we go to war. World of Wars, the Third World War. We really fight this once and for all. Really? What are we fighting for? Equality, civil rights, respect, kindness, understanding, forgiveness, compassion for one another. Say it was Jesus, say it was Buddha, say it was Abraham, but it is the way. Jesus was known to have miraculous gifts both in healing and alchemy. His last recorded miracle was to raise himself from the dead and ascend. All right, so there's the Christ consciousness that you must attain. Then there's the Christ realm. Then there's the Christ itself, right? All of that. So we are talking about the Melchizedek, and then I'm going to go into this new book. Really, it tells you about the dimensions in here, and that's where I said I could start a teaching on here. It tells you about him, but she herself hasn't gone past this. She only got to the 10th. All I've been told about this dimension is that all members of original oversoul families experience themselves as merged completely into one consciousness. That's where I am. I told you all of them live inside of me, not separate but together, but not mushed together as, you know what I mean, and like my personalities are no longer aware of their individual at all. Beyond this point, I have shown and told nothing except for the 13th dimension is a place of completion and oneness in which the self is absorbed into all that is and knows nothing of separation. And that's what I told you. It's the mirror dimension. I see myself in everything, and I see everything in myself. Everything. Do you know what it means to be the shapeshifter? It wasn't just about shifting into different forms of this world, but shifting into my different bodies, my astral body, my mental body, my etherical body, my light body. That's what it meant to shift. Really? Move on. This is too much. I just brought new family members in, and they're like, what the fuck? Hey, bro, I've been at this for years. Where you been? How's your job doing? You got grandkids and shit? Still ain't a grandkid. I ain't nobody's grandparent yet. I'm trying to find someone to be a grandfather with me. We're gonna have some kids of our own, though. He's not sure how that works. We could work it. All right, the Order of the Melchizedek. Melchizedek is a sixth dimension collective conscious that serves as a caretaker of the enacted realms and teachings for beings in the solar system. What has Melchizedek been doing with me all this summer? Dude, it took summer, fall, and spring. No, summer. No, seriously, it might have been fall. No, it was fucking summer, fall, winter, a whole year almost. Shit. Really? It was the end of summer where I got locked down and I just started working with him. It was all in the mind, a conscious realm. It's like, what the fuck? I told everyone, I was like, it's like a kaleidoscope. It's like acid or something, maybe. I'm not sure what I'm looking at anymore. Really? No. I have no idea. Anyways, and that's where he came in. You know, Metatron taught me all about the planets. He taught me how the movement is. He taught me alignments. We have learned so much with Metatron in those seasons. And that's where it is. This PhD, he put in years of this shit. People put in their whole life to study one subject. They download me this shit in a fucking semester. It's like, bitch, you're taking a semester of Metatron. Nobody's ever worked with Metatron. Fucking Benjamin Franklin, Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla, what was it I was reading today? The Divine Architects. That's the book I almost got. Really? The Divine Architects. Yeah, because he puts these equations and these visions in your mind where you got to figure it out and you go mad about it because he won't take the vision out. You can't even think. It's just this, it's like a puzzle. He works with a certain level of super minds, almost the mind levels, like they're so smart, they're almost psychotic. And that's what it is. It's psychosis. You have to leave the context of an actual logical mind to enter into spirituality. You have to lose it. And that's what I just said right here. Conscious death. It's called an ego death, people. We do this all the time. What did you sacrifice today? I don't know. Now that you're talking about it. It's a holiday. I don't know. If they ask, I'll give. You know what? I heard something terrible today. I have nothing to do with such things. I, as the fertility goddess that looks over women and children, I, as Lilith, that, you know what I mean, blesses the children and keeps them blessed through this life, would not do such a thing. But I told you, karma will make your children pay. Really? Yeah. What did you hear? Melia said she saw B in the fucking... Fuck. She saw her in the food line, and B said that the baby fell off the bed and broke her foot and has to get a cast, and she's been sick for a long time now. I'm sorry, but I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. I'm so upset with it because I had told you how to teach her, because every baby crawls to the edge of the bed, and you kept telling these stories that she thought it was cute and she would do this just for your attention. And I told you how to teach her how to back off the bed. I taught all fucking four of my kids how to turn around and back themselves off. So if they fell, they'd fall backwards. They knew what they were doing. I taught them how to push them if they were going to go down the stairs, because every kid is, how to go backwards. They're small, but you can teach them anything. You teach them. You turn them around and squish them back, and when they fall, you celebrate. She thought it was a game. How many babies have fell off the bed and broke something? Like broke a bone. Now, ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised if CPS is up your ass asking what happened, because babies don't just get broken bones from falling off of beds. That's how babies die, to be honest. And that's poor parenting, is what they would say. 1,000 billion%. You're supposed to be such a great mother. You keep her in, you won't take her outside, you smother her, you keep her in that room all fucking day long, but you can't protect her from falling off the bed? No, it was an accident. Shut the fuck up, bro. You told me this is a game she plays. Obviously, you lost. And who got hurt? Her. She doesn't already walk or crawl yet because you don't put her down enough. So now she has a hurt foot. I'm very upset about all this. I'm very upset about all this. But I had nothing to do with it. And I promise you, nothing bad would have happened to that child had you not been bad to me. You're like, oh, nothing can hurt me. Nothing can hurt me. Yeah, they go for what hurts you the most. That's karma. What's done is done, and I had nothing to do with it. I would never ask. I love that baby more than I liked you. I had more hopes in her than I do in you. I'm here for the new generation. I'm here to make you better people for the next generation. But if you can't, then I'm here for the next generation to wipe you out. We are here to wipe out the past. You can either be part of it or get wiped out yourself. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. How does a baby get a broken? You know what I mean? That story just sounds a little off. Now, as I myself broke my foot playing fucking chicken on the back of a couch, I know it can be done. But just ultimately, if you're the only person there and you're just up underneath her and you're such a great mother, and how could this happen? You went to the bathroom and she fell off the bed. Why is she always on the bed if she goes to the edge of the bed? I'm not telling you how to parent, but you sure wanted to tell me how to tell fucking, you know what I mean? Tell this chick how to change her baby's diaper and how to be a good parent. But you're looking hella not so good right now. Really? I mean, I didn't look upon you. You're out there just spreading negativity, you know, telling the stories, I guess. Did Milia ask? Or you just told her all your business? I don't know. I just had to point that out. As far as karma, I'm looking at karma. That's why it happened. Really? Yeah, it's right here. Karma. The product of life experiences which is out of integrity or out of alignment with a person's ethics. What you do in the dark, they see. And you know who it was? Like Pac don't live in this building. Like my Holy Spirits don't live in this building and can't hear everything you're saying about me. You want to go run to my enemies? Shit. You're God's enemy now. Nobody's protected. You got a mark on yourself. Why? Because you marked yourself by running your mouth about me. I was nothing but your friend. And who's going to pay the price? Your children's children's children, bro. Don't you know the story? Don't fuck with a fucking chosen one. You knew better than to act like that. Or maybe you didn't, but you sure the fuck know now. I told Raj if he didn't fucking release Hana's music, they were coming for his son. Said she is a chosen one of the Jews. Give her her fucking music. Give her her fucking catalog, or I swear to God. And then I saw someone from the studio later. I met up with them. I was like, I swear to God, bro, they're going to come for his kid. I don't know what that meant. I don't know if that means he lost all fucking rights to his kid and he has nothing to do with that kid. I don't know what that meant. But if he did not release her music, they were coming for his kid. It's like, you're not going to play games with her career, her voice, her inspiration, her vibration, bro. You have no rights to her music. God gave her a voice and you don't get to hold it, bro. Really? That was in the beginning, before I even knew the power that was flowing through me and why I said such things. Really? Don't play. But at the same time, I was the one that told Courtney when it was time to conceive. I heard that she wanted to, so I blessed her. Same as that woman. I was buying the bones for the Hecate ritual. My spirit asked her if she was pregnant. She's like, "No, I actually just had one." I felt so humiliated, but the conversation proceeded. She said, "But my husband really wants to try again. He's always wanted a girl. We keep having boys." Said the full moon is happening. Make love, and you'll have this baby. You'll have that. I promise you. So I blessed her to have her baby girl. Really? I am this, you know what I mean? I am the midwife. I'm all of that too. Hmm. Anyways, a karma, a system of learning based on natural need and tendency of all things in existence to evolve. When action is out of alignment with another person's free will or with an individual's integrity, it magnetizes another similar or polarizing life experience through which the person may learn and evolve the original misaligned action into correct one in present time, which will remove the karmic magnetism created by the original misalignment action. Can I say that again? You're calling it in. You're calling in your next lesson, just like me. Really? I'm calling in my karma. Always. Really? It's magnetism. The thing is, the only thing that you can do about this is call in the next victim or the next, you know what I mean, the next challenge. Otherwise, you're just reliving stages of hell. Really? I mean, fuck. Don't get me wrong, I go into new timelines, but it's a new level of hell. I have successfully journeyed all the way to the bottom of the pits of hell, and now I get to climb back up. But I show you at the top, you see these successful fucking superstars at the top are the super hellions. You thought hell was down here in homelessness and drugs and child abuse and neglect and fucking all the shit I live in. You thought the real fucking dirt was down here. No, these are God's people. The meek shall inherit the earth. As we climb this fucking ladder back into society, you're going to see what real hell is. I had to leave that hell to get here to this level. And this shit is, dude, I'm with kids and we're having balloon parties and God's, you know what I mean, taking the bill. Really? What do we have to do? Sacrifice our pride. I don't know if they sacrificed. He stripped them of everything prideful of this world. He made them fully dependent on them, on God. He does that to everyone. But I'm just saying, as far as hell, these motherfuckers. That's why I said you are on a whole nother level of hell, Bobby. I've never seen a contract in hell like this. I mean, that guy, he went to jail because he went to hell because he was a big fat fucking liar and he was stealing. That dude killed the president. This guy's over here raping kids. You're here because of this? This is stupid. I don't even know how to get you out of hell. I've been in hell for all my lifetimes. I never seen no shit like this. Really, what did you do? How do you break out of hell? It's in your mind, douchebags. You have to have a conscious ego death. You have to kill that part of your mind that keeps you limited. Let's get on to Melchizedek. Sixth dimension collective conscious that serves the caretaker of the in whatever realms and teaching of beings of the solar system, specifically Earth at this time. Priests and priestesses of the Order of Melchizedek were known to run mystery schools in Atlantis and ancient Egypt. Jesus Christ studied with members of the Order of Melchizedek. See, we used to go to school together. We went to different high schools together. Primary is what we should call it. Really, he's a brother from another mother. That's where I went back to fucking Lewis. I'm like, bro, I swear to God, you're sleeping with your sister. You might as well have just had sex with your dog. Like, what are you doing with the soul tribe? Like, there's just certain things that are just off limits. And your flesh is telling you to do this? Are you going to have sex with... Dude, the fucking flesh. You guys have no control over this. I'm not surprised if you're not doing weird shit with your toes. Really? He's more of the type to paint his toes. He is a girly guy. No, you got to do the real one, dude. You got to go. You keep your elbows straight and you punch with your wrists. What's she doing? She's fucking shadowboxing me. I've been shadowboxing my whole life. No, let me show you how it's done. Dude, I'll channel some Muhammad Ali and we'll knock a motherfucker out right now. Lights out in the name of God. Really? Okay, go back. Let's see. He studied with us in the Order of the Melchizedek prior to his initiation in the Egyptian pyramids during his late teens and early 20s. He was only a teeny weeny when we did that. How old was I? A little bit older. Not much. I was in my 20s. He was in his teenies. Teeny weeny. Really? I'm telling you, you're like, how can you fucking talk to Christ like that? Do you have no respect for Christ? Bro, I'm sorry that I know him better than you. We're just kids of God. It's not even a big deal. He's just a brother. I mean, he's your savior, but I mean, he saved me too. But you know, really? That's why we were messing around talking about underwear and shit like that. We have real talks. Really? It's real life. Christ is risen. Really? Are you really going to do the Jesus walk? 40 days of fucking fasting? Then shut up, bro. Really? All right, let's talk about the Order of the Melchizedek. Humans who study and were initiated into Atlantis and ancient Egypt. Shut up. In Atlantis, two secret orders became known as the Gray and Black Robes. Yep. Later, the group defined the spiritual protocol and defined laws and the original order. Now, here's what's weird. Because Dan Chesborough and whoever, Reverend James Erickson, wrote this book that they started this whole boy band group. When? I don't know. They're from Vermont. And this was in 2010. This book talks about it, and it starts with a fucking message from Melchizedek. Really? Dedication. This book is dedicated to his peoples. Preface. The idea of this book came to me during a telephone conversation while we weren't even meditating, just chatting, when Melchizedek, the universal logos, that's what they call him in my deck. Seriously? Maybe these people studied this book before they made these cards. But everything I know about what we're talking about comes from those oracle cards that you guys make fun of. As Bobby says, my fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let me tell you, he is the last card in here when I got to the end. And we pull these every Sunday, but we've been pulling them a lot lately because we're just in the light, which means they're going to shove us into something scary like Santa Muerta pretty soon. Really? Ew, birthdays. Right? Listen. Look, read it for yourself. He's known as the universal logos, the president of the universe. He represents the overriding conscious of the cosmos. Now, in my earlier video, I told you that Krishna is another emblem of him, the maintainer of the universe. Yes, they come from the same dimensional conscious. There's no school Monday? Oh, dude, we're celebrating Kennedy and Johnson and Obama and Lincoln. Throw some other ones in there that you think are great. Really? Yeah. Who are some other great ones? Somebody wanted to say Roosevelt. I don't know. Eleanor Roosevelt was a dyke, so they say. Just kidding. It's from a movie. Forget it. Anyways, he governs over the universal golden ray, where we just left, the silver violet flame that I told you of self-transformation. What are we learning? Self-realization. Sacred geometry, which we've learned with Metatron, and the 7 cosmic rays of creation, which I told you is Christ in the 7 rays, which are the rainbow rays, which contain within it the highest diamond light spectrum. That's become a white light worker, all right? So it tells about his order, and in the end it says, as a Melchizedek soul, your task is to heal and integrate all your lifetimes within this current lifetime and become one with your God self. Right? I'm not pulling even. So Chesborough wrote this book. I want to know when this book was written. Why? Because, dude, it's a whole encyclopedia. Published Light Technology Publishing. Okay, but when? This is from Arizona. When? 1998. Nearly a decade before this one, because that was 2010. This book was written, right? Check this out, bitches and gentlemen. It's going to be just small chapters. You can see by all how much is covered in one page. But this is a whole encyclopedia, bro. We're going to cover everything and everything. Listen to this. Right here, I'm like the cancer of ego, soul extensions, ability to sell yourself, all kinds of crazy stuff like that, right? Political, laying foundations, ascending masters, views, hierarchy, stages of leadership, the ascended buddy system, an open-ended question. Really? All kinds of stuff. Listen to this. And I shared this in my community page. This is how the book starts. There's an intro from Melchizedek. Really? This book has been brought into three-dimensional reality because it had to be. This is in 1998. It was before my son was born. I was 15 when this book was written. Really? 15, 16. Seriously? Yes. This person was getting these informations from then. They're just passed down, dude. I'm never teaching you something new. I'm trying to teach you, bring back the old teachings. The time has come when the energies and magnificence of the higher realms must find their rightful place on earth. It is no longer the time when we can call of initiates is directed only towards hidden crevices of the cave or in distant peaks of majestic mountains. This has been done by some of you in ages past and by many of you during this time of mass ascension and acceleration. You are now asked to bring the light frequency into the realm of humanity and civilization itself. How does it? You become the light by clearing out nothing more than your darkness. You become part of the army of light, the brotherhood or sisterhood of the crested light. The information in this book is readily available to everyone. What this material does, however, is serve a lens fracturing these issues from generalized to vague awareness of discipline and initiates into crystalline thought form. And that's what I said. It's a crystalline grid, but that's where it is. It's the pearlescent. It's where things take form. I'm seeing a snowflake. A snowflake is nothing but, all right, think about this. Think about how the snow creates. It's the elements of everything, which is just air, which is what? Your thoughts. The air becomes what? Wet, which becomes water, which is what? Your emotions. Okay? And then the emotions harden, which is what? Your reality. It hardens when it comes to the earth, when it hits the reality. And then what? After you heat it, it dissolves. Okay, so think about this. Everything is nothing more than a thought, right? Which is your air, which is your swords. And then it turns in, and then it gives you emotion, which is the waters, right? And then it takes form from there. Like babies are born. The God source. Alchemy, manifestations, it's all created in the mind. Really? Your reality is created in your mind, like I tried to tell Wolfman. It's programmed off of what it's seen. If you put, that's for you, yes. There's other stuff. If you put other stuff in it, it would believe other stuff. Yeah, you totally can. That's probably a good idea. All right, the higher spiritual realms accessed by many are seeking an ever deepening infusion into life form of civilization itself. What does that mean? God wants to express himself through you. The divine wants to express itself through you. So I picked up this book, and the beginning of this book that said The Divine Architects, another book that was probably wrote in the 80s, 90s, or 70s. It was very old. What is it? It's this great bookstore, and the front of it is all new age shit that you can buy. That's, hip and new. It's where I get my sage and stuff like that. But in the back of the store is all recycled books of all kinds of different things. I mean, all kinds. And that's why I can't go back there. It's like I could be there forever. Like if I got a job there, I don't know. I'd just be useless. You pay me to read. I mean, I should just be an in-house reader. Seriously, people want to hear about this shit. They just don't want to read it. Anyways, going back to it, I had said in the book, it said about Da Vinci. Da Vinci was the last known person to know it all, is what it said on the back of it. And I was like, dude, God wants me to start creating. And I've been telling everyone that I'm going to create like Da Vinci. I was like Da Vinci or Picasso, and then I was like, if this happens, I'm gonna grow an afro like Bob Ross, is what I said. Really, the divine, the spirit wants to live on through you, and through you, you can show that the spirit lives because you can be honest and say this isn't you, this is the spirit within you. You can start to be honest about being one with the spirit and realizing that these spirits are what's guiding you to your greatness. Instead, you want to take all the claim for everything that you've ever done in your life. Really? All credits due. For this to occur, the action of disciples, initiates, and embodied ascending masters is needed to make this manifest upon the physical realm and within the core or font from which the governing forces of humanity spring forth. The theme of this work is universal in the sense that the grounding and anchoring of spiritual principle must be brought fully into daily life and activity of every initiate. I'm getting a download. I would love to just stay in this and read this every day, all of these things, and keep you on one path. But I can't. I get so excited every time we open a new book, but it's just a door to you for you to open. And we'll go back and we'll explore all these doors, but they all lead the same place. I don't get to just stay in one study. I have to master, you know what I mean, all the studies and bring you all of the studies. I can't just stay in this book. There's so many books that I've had in there that we've gotten into. We have not even read all the way through the Melchizedek order, but that's how it works. We start something just to get into it. But obviously, I could have never got to Melchizedek without the understanding of Metatron. I met Melchizedek and he started the ascension, but only to start the wheel, and I had to meet new people and go through new levels. I knew of Metatron, I just didn't work with him fully. And now I'm right back to fully about to work with Melchizedek. Really? I mean, when it comes to it, the cool thing is there are people that have worked with this entity before me. When it came to Melchizedek or to Metatron, nobody. People have, you know what I mean, worked with a lot of my goddess forms. People have worked with a lot of deities, but nobody has worked with Metatron. And as far as Melchizedek, I mean, it's the same teachings. All right, and that goes back to you'd have to understand Krishna's teaching of reincarnation and self-realization, which is no more than enlightenment. To fully grasp what the Bible was trying to say about ascending and overcoming the flesh, to live in this world but not be of it. To, you know what I mean, to walk in the spirit and not in the laws of man. To lean on the spirit inside, the spirit of God, and not your own understanding. To have any understanding of those words, you would have had to have been taught like he was, like he did. Because that's what they said, is afterwards, he took these teachings to the east. Really? To the far east, where they were accepted. Again, he was rejected by his own people, so he went where people wanted to hear what he had to say. So again, him and Mary Magdalene, and that's where her book goes on, she taught the ascension as well. And she spoke of Melchizedek. She said Melchizedek poured her wine at her, you know what I mean? Melchizedek was there with them. Really? They're there. It's like, you know God the Father, but do you know all his sons and daughters that Jesus said, and that you're one of us? And that I can show you that the god Ares, as well as Athena, as well as myself, the Lilith, as well as Jesus, we all live within you. You are so much like Lucifer and Lilith right now. He's a little disappointed in you, but he's depending on you to use that to break free, to teach you how to guide that rebellion, not against God, but against man. Really? You've been using it against them for quite some time. You just didn't know how to use it for God. You've been rebellious against mankind since the day you were born, just like me, just like Lucifer. He made you so. Why? Because it was only the rebellion that was going to make it through the hellion. Really? We weren't gonna be like everyone else. We weren't gonna conform. We weren't gonna give in. We're gonna do it our way, which is what? The feeling, and that's where we're collectively being guided the same way. We're all on different paths, but we all have the same guidance system, and that's what's so amazing. Is like I can show you how Joe Bart and how, you know what I mean, how the church is giving the same message as I'm giving, as you're hearing on the radio, as it's coming up in fashion. You know what I mean? The message is the message. It's whoever can, you know what I mean? And it's not even like filter it. It's like Wolfman went and took my message and related to his community the best he could in his way. He translated it in his way for his followers. Okay, fine. But again, you're kind of pissing me off because I feel like you're always, you know what I mean? It's like you're not even telling who, where the messages come from. You're trying to be self-imposed. Like you have even done any of this reprogramming of the mind to overcome yourself. Really? And that's where I had to start this whole teaching is like, you aren't whoever you think you are, my friend. Nope. Nope. And you're not going to convince me you're this person. You can, and I've had this with everyone. It's like, okay, okay, Bobby, you keep telling me that you're happily married and everything's good in your life. Okay, Russ, you keep telling me. Okay, Lewis, you keep telling me. Okay, fucking Marshall, you keep telling me. You want to keep telling me how great your life is? You keep trying to convince me of this lie that you've convinced yourself and the rest of the world. And you are so mad that I won't believe the things that you believe yourself to be. I believe God made you better than this. And that doesn't mean do better or do more, Russell Sprout. Really? Mm-hmm. You're constantly trying to reassure me or the world, validate yourself as you are this person. Based on your works, this is what you are. Okay. Moving on. The way to manifestation, however, what is this? The theme of the work is universal in the sense that grounding and anchoring of the spiritual principle must be brought fully into the daily life and activity of every initiate. The way of manifestation, however, is distinctly personal and individual. No one is asked to be who he or she is not, yet all are being called to bring forth and manifest the best of what they are as spiritual, enlightened beings. What have I told you? Quit hiding what you are and be what you are. Quit trying to pretend that you're something better than you are and just be true to your nature. God loves you for the way that you are. And you're not alone. Here comes Michael Jackson. He sends it, Archangel Michael Jackson to the void. All right, fully anchoring the divine essence into whatever place or what is this? Yeah, and position in your life and now living or to which you feel called is the best, noblest way you can serve. Are you living a noble life? I see Bridge Fit. Why are you in the conversation? Your wife is loud. She has a fucking loud energy. Fucking Becky. What's her name? Bridge? Fucking Joanna. She's a whole loud one. Fucking Stacy. Really? Anyways, her energy is all, I'm a great mom, and I'm this, and I'm, bitch, you ain't nothing. You're a baby raiser. In the essence, then, if you're so good at it, then why don't you start a community of it? We need people that can raise children that are so great at it. You're such a great mother, then go be a great mother for other mothers. Go be so helpful. Go put all that somewhere else. Quit telling us how you got this great recipe and how you're executing somebody else's great works in your kitchen and how great you work at it. Really? Who's eating this garbage? I'm serious. I'm gonna fuck. Dude, I am that grandma. If you ever bring your family around me, I'm giving them fucking pizza. I'm giving them ice cream. I'm giving them so much fucking good foods that they're gonna throw up for the next day or two. All that fucking sugarless candy, fucking chocolate factory, fucking, you're fucking horrendous. You think you're a good mother by denying them the good things of life? Shut up. Shut up. They got allergies. What's wrong with you? You're so fucking fit. What's wrong with you that your kids aren't healthy? Oh, you're paranoid schizophrenic, bro. I used to think the Holy Spirit said that you were a hypochondriac, but I think you're a paranoid schizophrenic now. Really, you are so putting fucking diseases and illnesses all over your kids all the time. They're never sick. You're like that weird ass mom that tries to fucking feed them vitamins and shit. Fucking that. Have you ever eaten a fucking vitamin? They're disgusting. Mm. And that doesn't mean shit. If something terrible, you know what I mean, was to happen, you made them fit bodies to be put into the grave. Dude, they're only here and you don't know how long you're going to be here for. Why? Because you think you're doing them right? You think that other kids that have, you know what I mean, soda pop and fucking chips for breakfast and shit are bad kids? Hey. That's what I'm saying. You want to pick a fight with us, dude? You want to pick a fight with us? Punk ass. Realistically, I just, oh, I'm so proud of what I am. What did God make you? A baby factory? If you're so good, then offer that service to someone outside of your home. Leave your little precious home and go offer your services to others. As far as your kitchen witching, nobody wants to eat that shit. Number 1, 2, and 3. And none of it is authentic. You were constantly Pinteresting. You were constantly, you know what I mean, copy and pasting other people's works. There's nothing creative about you. And you are so proud of teaching your son how to run around with a weird vacuum fetish. Who is this guy? I'm like, he is made of Nate. And yet he's over there, your little house bitch. Nate, you need to stand up and be a man with your kids, bro. I know you don't really do all that shit, but you guys could learn together. Really fucking fuck. Otherwise, she's going to teach him how to put in a tampon, bro. Seriously? Fuck. She's just trying to be a good mom. I don't know, bro. There's more to life than what the fuck you're doing. Jesus Christ almighty. I'm going to be a great mother, but I am not going to do that. Is that your servitude to have an Eve mentality? Now I look back at myself when I was married. Ew. Ew. I will not. I will carry the sword and the baby. All right. Really? She's so fucking proud of herself. What the fuck are you proud of? Wasted your life. You married a rapper. You never had a career. You never had an education. You never had a threesome. You never had a drunk out, blacked out night. You never had a fucking one night stand. You never had any experiences. You married a fucking Christian rapper and had kids. And you died. That's all you did, Bridgefit. That's your life, bitch. I seen it from beginning to end. Have you done anything with this life? And they go on to be people, and it has nothing to do with you. You don't get to sit there and say that this is, it's all my hard work. Bitch, they're God's kids, not yours. You want to take pride in God's kids, he's going to take them away and give you no pride. They're going to end up growing up hating you for shit like fucking, you know what I mean? Homemade fucking floured fucking biscuits. You fucking weirdo. She's a fucking freak. Really? I'm serious. If you're going to be that weird, then go start a fucking vegan restaurant. If you think you're so vegan, then go be vegan somewhere real. Go put yourself out there. You're going to get eaten up like a piece of fresh meat out there. You're like, you're fucking... your tofu smells like foo-foo. Ew, tofu scares me. I see that shit and want to throw it all the time. It's just as scary as fucking cottage cheese. Sorry, I kind of went on a tangent right there. I think you're so fucking wonderful. Fucking wonderful. Your life is already over. You did nothing in this life. Nobody even remembers you. Your kids don't even mourn you. They've already spent the fucking money. Seriously, they don't even cry about you when you're dead. Really? No. They have no feeling about it. Seriously. Bridgefit. Stand up, bitch. Stand up, bitch. If your kids don't fucking honor you and love you and put you on some pedestal like fucking Russ's kid, Russ and his mommy, then you mean shit, bitch. You are just like that bitch, bro. Really? Oh, what a waste of a life. You might as well have just been breastfeeding babies that, for women that didn't have real tits. At least that would have been more of a contribution to motherhood. You teaching your boy to have a vagina isn't very mothering. And the fact that he has a father at home is even more pathetic, which means you put a whole vagina on your man. No, you didn't. He came in with one. Big fat one. Fucking Bush. President Bush. How come Texas always gets presidents? I think if I move to Texas, I have a good chance of being a president. Really? Yeah. Just want to point that out. I see patterns. Really? You have a big chance because everything is big in Texas. All my exes live in Texas. Really? Mm-hmm. Just want to point that out. Where'd that come from? I don't know. The Bush boys. It'd be Nate and his son or daughter. You're not even giving him a chance to be a man. Realistically, no. My son didn't have all the chances, but okay, I just gave him a vacuum and I gotta be honest, he thought it was pretty cool. I told him to vacuum. He's like, I'll vacuum. That was pretty fun. Maybe I should have gave it to him at a small age and got it through this stage. No, it's better to save it when he's later and he can actually utilize it in his own home, not be drowned it out with the vacuum at the age of 6 years old. You're totally Cinderellaing the shit out of these kids, right? It's not forced labor, but you're telling them it's fun and there's nothing better to do. Like you're literally brainwashing them into thinking chores are fun. What is wrong with you? Is that what you tell yourself as you just wandering around your house all fucking day? Come on, guys, this is fun. We're gonna clean the bathroom now, guys. Come on, guys, we're gonna do laundry now. Come on, guys. You're making some great house bitches over there. I'll tell you what, Eve makes some great Eves. And Eve and Eve and Eve. I don't think so. I could have said something extremely inappropriate at that moment, as if I never do. But we'll leave it at that. The Bush Boys. Black hole sun, won't you come and dry away the rain? Can I remind you that we're having an eclipse on February 17th when everything else happens? Oh yeah, there's that too. There's just so much going on. Really? Are you going to be able to harness all this energy? All you're being asked is to expand your awareness into the greater scope of the planet as a whole, and with this new awareness to act accordingly, ever remaining in harmony with your own individual. That's what I said. You're not an individual. You're collective. You're copying each other. You guys are a whole bunch of put each other's skins on. You're a bunch of fucking Halloween costumes of each other. Everybody wants to be Kim Kardashian. Everybody wants to be... You dress up like each other. You talk like each other. You eat like each other. It's the same thing. I'm like, is there anybody authentic or different out here? Is there somebody different? That would be me. I'm very different. You are not so much. Anyways, own your... with your own individual and distinct God self and divine blueprints. All right, so it starts at chapter 1, spiritual leadership in the new age. Are we ready for that? How far are we? No, we're going to stop it in an hour. Really, we'll just clear those cards out there. So this is how it happens. Really, I start a book and we'll see if we go back to it. Ooh, it talked about abortion. Let's talk about this. I have asked Ascending Master Dakwal Kahal, Lord Maitreya, and Melchizedek many times about the issue of abortion, and they have clearly stated that in the position of the planetary and cosmic hierarchies, the position is pro-choice. I knew this. I'm considered a baby killer. You've had abortions? Oh, yeah. Really? That's why I owe to, but I don't know if you'll owe them. I don't know why you aborted them. That's between me and God. Every woman has their own, situation between them and God. Hey, some of you women, how many do you owe? Just kidding. Abortions are not meant to be a form of birth control, however. That's what I meant. It is up to free will and of the woman, and no karma is incurred. Well, I don't know. Realistically, I never wanted to do it. I just had to do it out of, self-sacrifice. It was the right thing to do. I mean, fucking, what's his fucking face? What is his fucking face? What is his fucking name? Nick. Nick was going to pay for it. He wanted nothing to do with it. He's like, well, I'll pay for that. And it was my second one. And that's when the relationship ended. Because I was like, it's not like I wanted to have a baby with Nick or none of that. But when he made the decision, he was like, I'll take care of it. I was like, okay, well, I'll take care of it faster. What'd you do? Well, while he was saving up money to take care of it, I just started partying real hard and stopped eating, and I forced it. Really, I miscarried. So same thing. But before that, no, I had in San Diego. Yeah. Oh man, this is some shit. He was a Scorpio. And he had baby mamas, 2 of them. Oh God, I'm gonna die now. Really, what was his name? Devon already knows this. It was Raymundo. I called him Twitch. Why? Well, we were tweakers. He would get going. What happened? That was even worse. We were just hanging out. Him and his brother. Oh, I can't remember his name. They sold fucking heroin over at the Momo. And I was messing around with, oh God, somebody's brother. I can't remember his name. His name was, they called him Travieso. That's what we called him. That was his street name, Travieso. And his brother, I can't remember his brother. McDonald would remember. She would totally remember all these people's names. Anyways, I was with Grumpy. That was his name. Grumpy, this is a huge story, bro. I told you the story about how Grumpy took me on a date and then got me all shermed out and raped me. Grumpy was with fucking Nicole, who is Nicole McDonald, right? So they stayed together, all right? And then her mother, which was fucking Cindy, you know what I mean, was part of the dope game, and they were part of them. They sold heroin over there. Really? So they were part of the heroin game. And I was messing around with Grumpy's brother. Really? That was a crazy situation. And then something happened and I just all of a sudden started messing with Ravieso. Really? And we just went to town. Really? We moved in together and just was like, he was the one that said that comment. He's like, why are you with her? She's such a bitch. He's like, yeah, she's my bitch. That was really good times. Hey, CJ, walk the dog. I'll give you another $1. It was crazy. Thinking about the connection. Where did this all come from? Oh, abortions. So anyways, I was messing with him and then I don't remember. Oh yeah, it was something with the fucking, he stole this guy's car. It was a reverend. No, it was a crazy story, dude. This reverend of the church. He drove around this, dude, these stories are stuck in my head. I cannot believe I'm bringing them up. He stole this dude's car straight to his face, stole his car, and we were driving it around for weeks. And me and him got into an argument. All I remember is getting into an argument with him as we were going up the freeway entrance and me jumping out of the car. Next thing I remember is I made a phone call and I was in Florida. I was there for a little bit of time and then I found out I was pregnant. So I came back to San Diego to handle it. And then from there, I ended up in the Bay Area. Really? Oh man, I was just a busy broad. But yeah, I did have an abortion. Really? I had a full ass one. And it was crazy. I remember certain things about it stood out. Like they just kept playing episodes of Friends. Where'd you go? Planned Parenthood. And then I went into the room and I could hear this girl, dude, crying and screaming in the next room. And they're like, no, it's all good and shit like that. I can't fully remember exactly the feelings, but I remember the procedure. It wasn't too terrible, but I could see why women would see after doing one, they're like, well, I could do that again, I guess. But it wasn't a good place to be. Really? So I've done that before. Like, oh, really? Let's talk about abortion, shall we? What does it say here? Let's see. This is because an incoming soul and a physical body are separate. You are not killing a soul, just a vehicle. The soul does not come into the body until just before birth or after birth. Oftentimes, when a woman has an abortion, the same soul will incarnate in the next time she becomes pregnant. And that's what I said. That very soul wasn't meant to come then. Really? How old was he when? It's weird because I can't say it was that soul. Or I just wasn't supposed to because I only had a contract for so many children in this life. So I would have fulfilled, you know what I mean, my soul contract of so many children, which is what? 6. Seriously? 3 boys, 3 girls. It's part of the contract. Really? My next husband, whoever you are guaranteed a daughter and a son from me. Really? I'm hoping to have twins and just get it done in one. How do you feel about this? Confirmation. I don't know what that is. It's probably my son this late at night. No, it could be a weather report. Anyways, moving on. Let's see. Oftentimes when a woman has an abortion, the same soul will incarnate the next time she becomes pregnant. So in truth, she is having the same baby. Fundamentalist Christians see the physical body and the soul being the same thing, which is an illusionist. And that's what they is. They connect the soul to the body. That's like a license plate. I'm not my body. I've been in so many bodies. This body, and that's when people, compliment my body or try to make fun of my body. Shut up, bro. I can go straight Medusa into the absolute fucking sex goddess that I am. Don't even play with me. My body means nothing. Really? It's just what's holding the light inside of it. If I didn't have form, then I'm just spirit. Duh. I'm a spirit having a human experience because I'm in a human body experiencing life. Otherwise, I'm just a spirit. Really? But what am I made of? The moon, but the cosmos and everything else that God put me as? Really? Do you know what Lilith is made of? The dust of the earth. What is the earth made of? The cosmos. He put everything in the universe that he ever made into the earth, and then he made the people of the earth. The entire cosmos is here on heaven on earth. Currently, we are experiencing the reality of hell in the end days, but heaven is still here. Really? Yeah. Moving on. Fundamentalists. Yeah, yeah. What is this? Euthanasia? The space program? That's what I. Oh my God, Star Wars project. That's what I said. I don't really like talking about the Palladians because it's the Galactic Federation of Light. All of that I taught you is from the aliens, bro, which are higher level beings. They're not dead. They're not spirit like me, where I was a human and then I was a spirit. No, these are beings, which again are spirit in an alien form that is alien to the human race. But they're not. In essence, you're. Damn, she really had to go, huh? When I was coming up. Anyways, I'm seeing Bill Clinton and Al Gore. What is this? Euthanasia? What does this have to do with it? I don't know. They're all popping up. Why? Because President's Day is coming up. That's what my daughter just brought up. The space program. The guidance I received is that they support the space program and an expansion of the conscious and the movement into our solar, galactic, and universal hierarchies. For the perspective of the soul, however, the problem with the space program lies in the degree of corruption, lying, deceit, misappropriation of funds within the system. Yeah, Trump's not with that, dude. He doesn't understand why we're spending fucking millions of dollars on space exploration. He doesn't get that at all. He's like, no, we need to stop that shit. The death penalty. Now it talks about Adolf Hitler in World War II. The Dark Brotherhood. Go back to it. Hitler was a high-ranking official of the Dark Brotherhood, which is an inner plane hierarchy of sons and daughters of God who are steeped in delusion. The Dark Brotherhood was attempting to take over this planet using Hitler as a vehicle. The Dark Brotherhood, in essence, serves the negative ego instead of God. I told you that. So where's Big Orange from? He's from the dark conscious. He's not out of God's reach. God has full control of what he's doing, but these are the dark days, and he put his dark leaders in position. Really? God's hands are clean. Really? Right now, and that's where it is. You look at someone like Trump or Hitler or Kanye, somebody of supremacy. It doesn't matter about the race, but they always believe their race to be supreme. Someone about supremacy is that they want ultimate power over others. Right? That's the Dark Brotherhood. That comes with hate. That comes with vengeance. That comes with violence. That comes with all that. So that's the fight we're about to have. The dark versus the light, which is those of us of the love and compassion and understanding, forgiveness, equality. You know what I mean? Human rights. You know, we stand together, united. We stand against them who is the darkness of division, which in essence is the 7 churches. The churches were created in division, and when Jesus came to unite them, he was hung. Anybody that tried to freaking change or tried to take the power, their power, which they derive, they say they have the power of the gods. Jesus gave it to the common people. He gave them mysticism. He gave them healing powers. He gave them alchemy. He gave them the ability to commune with God and all spirits. They had no such power, so they killed him. But it was too late. Anyone that believed his message inherited his powers. So they themselves controlled the message. They said that they had, if you didn't follow still their religious rules, their sanctified rules, you would not inherit the kingdom of God. And that's the basis of every church on Sunday. We are not worthy. You are not worthy of God's graces. You are not worthy of God's mercy. You are uncleanly. They're trying to tell you that you need to do all of these works in order to be right with God. Jesus said, you are already right there with God, and He will teach you the works, but not to live by man's laws. That's what He did. He brought them all together. You don't understand. He went to all countrymen, foreign, which would in that day would have been pagan religions. And He created His own, a religion, a one God. They weren't having it until they decided that they were going to control it. They took Him, but they couldn't hold the power. So they said that, you know what I mean, that the power had come with them. And with the conversion of Peter, it happened. Really? Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's where it is too. It's a terrible thing. Seriously. It goes on to the death penalty, wars. It all talks about, so basically, I'm assuming the way that this is broken down is that he sat down and he channeled, look, Medicare. I want to point that out. Did you know? I didn't know that. I saw at the very end of the movie. It was Johnson that developed Medicare and Medicaid and Head Start. The very fucking programs that fucking Trump is trying to take away. He already took away Head Start. He's trying to take away health care. Can you believe this? He is undoing all the presidents before him's works. And he stands up there as our current president. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Really? I didn't know he did that. But that's it too. You know what I mean? First, he took away Obamacare. He's taking away all these things. These people had to fight for these positions to be made, these laws, these rules, and he's taking them away. We took away church. We took away, you know what I mean, religion out of schools because we had the freedom to religion. You didn't have to learn one religion. He's trying to put that back in there. He's trying to put all of the old things that we fought for, which were our rights, that our ancestors fought for, that people blood, you know what I mean? Like, there's no more respect anymore. It's not him, though. That's what's real terrifying. If it was him, then it would be a simple assassination. It's not. You can't kill that energy. It's not in one person. He's a voice. He's a representative of the American people and the energy of hate. Why do you think we're protesting? Who are we protesting? Our own people that support this bullshit. That's what becomes the Civil War. We fight here. Our own men in our own land. Over what? Civil rights. The same rights from way back when that we fought for to have. He's now destroyed, and we have to reestablish them. But it's not just our fight anymore. Because what about all the countries that never put up this fight before? What about them? Women still have no rights. Blacks still have no rights. Nobody has any rights. That's not right. That's not godly. Everyone is entitled to have respect, to have a meal, to have a restroom, to have an education, to be able to drive a car, to be able to cross a border, to see their neighboring lands. If you don't got money and a good citizenship, you will never see you'll never see God's earth. It's not so hard for Americans to get, a passport and go visit. Do you know how hard it is in other countries and how hard our country is made? The land of the great, the home of the brave. Every country wants to come here and see how their ancestors made it big in our land. But our country won't let them in to see how the history of their people made our land. It's terrible. We're fighting for something much bigger than us. We are the ancestors that fought for it before. I wasn't part of this, not in my life, but my spirit was upon everyone that has ever fought this battle. And now I'm here to fight for them again, and they're here to fight. We're going to fight together.
The reason I called millennia is
I'm talking about in another life, Amelia. I was not around in the 20s. I was not around. I have not been here since the 1700s.
I'm saying that you were still part of the change of the world, dude. Such fucking...
I appreciate your input, but let's output. Anyways, I'm just going into that. So this is it. We're going to start with this. We're going to go deeper into it. I did not start the science of reincarnation, obviously, but it all goes back to Melchizedek. And, you know, we were all part of the same teachings. I went to what? The super consciousness, which is the mass soul. That's the soul. That's where I call the soup. We all have a name for it. Leave it to the witch to call it the soup in the cauldron. That's what I call it. Really? Yeah. We all come from the light, which is in science the conscious, the super conscious, the mass conscious. After our lives are done, we take our experiences, our wisdom, our knowledge, everything, and we pour it into this soup. They stir the soup, they pick up a cup of this soup, and they put it into a form, which is a spirit. And that spirit takes form into a life. Really? Mm-hmm. I was thinking about what we just read. It's like, wow. All right, so I'm excited on that. I hope you're excited. Some reference books if you want to keep up. Again, I don't know where this book came from. It's a recycled book. You might be able to find it online or something. I know we live in a technological era, so I'm pretty sure you could. We have not read through all of this book, but quite a few different chapters and pieces of this book is where this came from. All of this came from this. I teach you this is a great way to start the ascension. The dark night of the soul is the first part of this journey. Teaches you the chakras, the colors, the elements, the constellations, and all of the archangels from all tribes and creeds. Really, it's a great way to start. I did not start this way. Okay, the Palladian book. We haven't gone all the way through. This is more about healing chambers, and this is about visual. You have to get real far into your visualizations to access these invisible chambers of light. Really, you have to be able to. This book will help that. This will teach you how to do visualizations just to access your angels. You're going to have to start to learn how to use your imagination to create from there, because that's where it all starts. Really? Mm-hmm. Let's finish these cards and get out of here. No, we'll leave them for tomorrow. That's what God said. I'm gonna have to take down my offering, at least put it in my car so it stays cool enough, and have to offer that shit tomorrow because I have no room in my refrigerator for all that, and I don't think I'm gonna take it this late at night. But I am doing an offering for the gods, and the question was, as I was getting all this stuff, I could hear, why are you always feeding the fucking animals of the night? Because that's what I do. If you notice, I leave my offerings usually at night, and I was like, I'm Lilith. I rule over the creatures of the night. So I posted that. It's like, that's why we do this. Really? Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't do it. But yourself, remember, you yourself are the temple of God. So when the gods ask for an offering, you feed them. They get to enjoy things through you, right? And that's what I said. When I'm eating good foods and I'm enjoying good movies and we're doing this as a one. It's a family experience. You know what I mean? They get to live through my experience. So they got me these. I don't know. And that's what I said. I think I'm about to experience something big because I had stocked up. Whenever I go to the store and stock up all kinds of food like that, and I start getting my weed, my cigarettes, like everything I need, that means they're shutting me down for something. What's coming? I don't know. But I got these. What the fuck is this? I don't even know where they came from. I was over in the Valentine's stuff, which I got my kids. Those were expensive fucking Valentines. And I found these. Now, my child's favorite thing, I don't even know where it comes from, is Oreos. Now I have an Oreo snowball. It is supposed to snow this weekend. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Again, I was sitting outside, I lit some sage, and then I saw it started to rain or something. I was like, what in the world is happening? Again, I work with all forms of God, especially the Holy Spirit of God, and I'm teaching you this. Would you like to join me in the Ascending Masters, Wolfman? It's funny. It's like, do you want to be part of the gray robes or you want to keep wearing the black? We all are studying the ascension, but I'm telling you, there's more power in the light than there ever was in the dark. I don't know why I need to even explain that to you. And that's what I'm trying to do. It's like, alchemize the darkness so we can work for the light. Why? Because there's more room for advancement, more possibilities, more happiness. I have no room for fucking books. Really, there's always room. If anything I've taught you about Pandora's box, we always find room to shove more shit in there. Really? Have you seen my box? My library? Hold on. Look at it. You're like, where are you going to put it? I don't know. You need some moon water? There's those terrible love cards. Those are always in there. Are you serious? Again, have we really fully read the Evangelist book or the Philosophers or any of this? We haven't even touched this book, but I told him I didn't want to, which was what? That Healing of my Aunt? That's the Wiccan book. This shit, I haven't even got into this. I didn't want to. It's talking about addictions and shit. Really? Then we've got the Message Bible, but this one also had for the studies of Christ. This one also had the New Testament. We have the teachings of Saint Mary Magdalene, what Islam believes. What do we got? These are goddess affirmations and prayers. This is the whole story of how Christianity came through to the Celtics through St. Patrick. This is a trigger one. This is a very bad one that we're going to do. It's a whole journal to leave a life story. Simple question. Where did you hang out as a teenager and what did you do? Right? This is a book that we leave. We're going to do this together and we're going to leave a book for our families. Really? It's about a father, but we'll figure this out. What do you miss most from your childhood? See, where did you find this? I don't know, thrift store. I was like, oh, that's triggering. Really? Never even touched it. God says when I start this school, bro, I'll need nothing. What do we got here? The Bhagavad Gita. This is the full Kabbalah, psychic developments, the Book of Lilith. This is how it went from Krishna to Vishnu teachings. This is always good. Where was God during pagan religions? Martin Luther King. Told you I was gonna put him up. Yeah, he's a very big emblem in my life. What do Jews believe in? A lot of crazy different shit. The Book of Mormons. What do they believe in? These are all teachings of Krishna. Really? This is a fairy Bible. Fairies do exist. These are all my oracles to my cards. Really? Oh, this is going to teach us how to raise spiritually enlightened fruits and vegetables so that we can be eating spiritually enlightened stuff. Back here is the witchcraft shit. So we have the goddess. We have that's the oracles to the dolphins, the priestess of the Morgan, protection magic, secrets of Santa Muerte, the dark goddess, the Palladians, the black arts, practical guide to pagan priesthood, exorcism, consorting with the spirits, witches, and I've been dying to read this one, but I need a sex partner. Yeah, we got lots of stuff. Really? Where am I going to put all this? I don't know. I'm going to find a place. There's always a place. Hey, find your place. And again, why am I teaching all this? Oh, do you want to read the Quran? Or how about any of my fucking 40 fucking cards? Did you know I had all those cards? Yeah, these are the ones we do daily. Those are my dark cards. Those are light cards. Really? You can't teach everything off of one book. You're not going to learn everything you need to know in one book. Really? Higher learning. Hey, I love you guys. Catch you later. Laters, haters.